Okay, I'd like to do a little bit of ivory napping today. This is a hippo tooth, and it looks a lot like a moose billet. Weighs a little bit over a pound, and it works a lot like a moose billet. It's a little bit harder, so as a result, you need to braid the platforms a little bit more than you would using antler. And this one over here, this is a Warthog tusk. It's just a part of it. It's about 1/3 of the tusk, and it's just been epoxied onto actually a branch of wood, whittled down and epoxied on there because the tusk are really curved. So this allows me to use it as if it was like a straight elephant tine or something like that tusk. So I'm going to give these two things a try. We're going to work on this piece of dacite right here. This is not the black butter. This is the lower quality, but still pretty nice stuff. And this is a nice piece of rock here. This big billet here, we're just mainly going to rough this out. The early stages, probably call it good enough. Kind of demonstrate how this thing works. This cortex on here kind of softens the blow, so you gotta get that stuff off of there. Try to get rid of all this stuff right here and get the edge raised up so we can drive some big flakes off in this direction. Using a really small abrader. This one's really coarse, and my larger sandstones don't have that coarseness, so I don't really think that's low enough. Lower it down a little bit here. Might do it. Like I said, it takes a lot of abrading, more so than antler. I think what I'm going to have to do is set this up and drive one back this way. Yeah, a little crack in the stone there. It's not an ideal platform, but I think it'll go. Nope. that you need really clean edges when you're working with organics like this, when you're working with ivory or antler, more so than when you're using copper. With copper you can get away with a little bit rougher edge, but it's got to be, if there's any really rough spots, it just won't release with this stuff. So that's why I like to braid platforms pretty well. Pretty soon we'll be able to drive off some nice long ones here, hopefully. A little bit of a convexity in there, so I have to hit it up pretty high to try and undercut that. Okay. This Cortex is hard stuff, even with a hammerstone. It's really stubborn, kind of hard to get it off of there. Not too much left though. Yeah, this ivory will really remove some massive flakes if you get everything all set up right. I think the flakes are actually a little bigger than they would be using copper, but again, it kind of depends on the platform and making sure everything is just right. It's a lot more unforgiving if things aren't right than the copper. And this ivory is so hard that if you don't have a lot of abrading on here, that platform will collapse. I don't know if that's enough or not, but